Hey guys, we're doing more slot reviews here. This is a Scalextric START Pro Racing Series set review. So this is the first Scalextric START set I'm reviewing, and the only reason I'm got this set is because it was £40 on the Scalextric site, plus 10% discount makes it 36, and that's not much more expensive than a car. So I thought, set review, why not? So yep, this is it. Just one thing I'd like to say, retails for £80, and although this isn't the one that's being released this year, the green and light blue car number 20 and 21 are the ones being released this year, so they're going to be released in that set. So it's their set exclusive cars, which is pretty good. Might come out next year on their own, we just don't know yet. So yeah, we'll get on it. Let's have a look at these cars, this track. So in the set with Start, you get all the possible tracks to build at the bottom here, and you get a lap counter as well. So let's get on and have a look. So there's 6 circuits to build out of this set. So the box is pretty big, and like the Scalextric START set, it's pretty basic. Box is pretty basic as well, because in the box there's no handle on the box, whereas on some of the other sets like the Crime Patrol one, there was a handle to carry it, which kind of makes this a bit hard to move about if you haven't got a bag, but it's not that heavy. It's just if you're carrying it with one hand, which I had to do up the stairs. But yeah, it's not heavy. That's quite portable. So we'll just take off the lid. So that's the lid, and oops, that was nice. And here we are. Here's the set. So the cars sort of came in this bag type thing like this. So they're in a bag like that, and they come out, and you've got the nice red one here, and then you've got the yellow one. So that's what they look like. They have no stickers on them whatsoever, but this is what they look like with the stickers on. Now you can also check out the review of these cars separately, and check out the review there. Please do, 'cause it's pretty popular. So if you can't find it, just go look on most popular videos as well. And yeah, they're very nice. The red one's my particular favourite out of the two there. So yeah. So what do we get in this box then? So we've got the 2 cars, and also get some braids as well, which is quite good. And you've got this little box that comes out like that. So you've got your 2 cars in the box on their own. You can have them in the box, keep them in there, stop them from getting damaged. So I'm just going to put that back in there. And this set at the moment for £40 on the Scalextric site is value for money, because just look at, remove that piece. This piece alone is worth £15, this lap counter on its own. So already you've got your money's worth from just the cars and the lap counter. So really the track is all freebie, and that's not including the barriers, the controllers and the power pack and everything like that. If we just compare the Scalextric START track to the to the standard track, that's about 1.5, but that is the same length as the Start Finish Straight to make it sort of equal length for putting one opposite parallel to it on the track. So yep. You also get this little booklet full of the stickers, teaching you how to assemble the track, suggesting you do not put it on as a bridge, etc, etc. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Here are the bridge supports, and this is all you get in the set with the bridge. So I will be building a track later, and I'll show you one with the bridge hopefully. And power pack, like so. Just that all comes out, and the corners here. So these are the corners, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 of them. And these are all 90-degree bends, not 45 ones that Scalextric used to do with the the sports track. And then you've got one more straight in the bottom there. Here you've got your controllers, red throttle, blue throttle, and you get a flathead screwdriver or something small. Got one here, and you do turn that. I think I need a slightly bigger one, but you turn that, and that makes that tighter to pull, harder to pull, reducing the amount of speed that your child can use. So yeah, so let's go. This is definitely one for a child to play with and use, and it's definitely worth. It's aimed at the child market, so that's because the cars aren't fantastically detailed. Like, they're pretty basic. They're just all one mould except for the glass. You can take the glass out for easy customization, and they've got stickers. So they're really for the child market. So I wouldn't suggest. Well, if you've got this, don't expect fantastic quality in the cars. I mean, the cars are good, just don't expect detail or, and it's not, they say you can convert this to not classic, sport track. You can make it so it connects to sport track, but I wouldn't advise it really. Try and keep this separate from sport track at all costs, but unless you really know what you're doing and you've figured it all out, sort of calculated it all with whatever designed a tracks for it to work, I wouldn't suggest it. That's just my personal experience really, personal opinion as well. Just don't try and mix the two tracks together. Right, so that's basically all the contents that's in the box. I'm going to set up a quick track and we'll take a look and see what kind of things we can expect from the cars and how it handles. Right, so this is one of the tracks with a bridge, and as I was setting it up, it took me about 5 minutes to set up, so it's very quick, very easy to set up as a set. But this track's, it's pretty big. It's a fairly good size. I can't slate it. I can't say it's too small. There's plenty of track designs to, help accommodate for all the space. But I was just going for the big one on there. But there are sort of plenty of designs that can fit in any sort of sized room. So that one kind of looks a bit like the set that you get for most normal Scalextric sets. So all we've got to do now is just sort of plug it in and test it, and then that's an interesting thing. You've got a new sort of style plug. So this is Scalextric START specific, so don't make the mistake of buying a standard Scalextric power pack. Make sure it's definitely a START one if it's a START one, and vice versa. Don't buy a START one for the standard Scalextrics because it just won't work. So I've got my hand sensors here, and the lap counter is pretty elementary, pretty basic. It's just turn the dial, a bit like the micro Scalextric one, the way it turns. So I'm just going to plug in the handsets and we're going to test the cars, and I'll tell you how the cars handle on the track. One thing I thought was quite good about this set is the track's a lot more rigid and a lot more sort of stable compared to the standard Scalextric track, which means it can take being constantly taken up, put down. It's very robust and it's very good to put on bridges, because you would never do that. You'd never just have two bits for a Scalextric track. You'd have to have it fairly supported, because you just wouldn't want to wreck it. So I'm just going to plug it in and we'll take it from there. So it's all set up now, and another thing I've just noticed very last minute is the handsets have the same sort of connecting point to the start set as the power pack. So that's how it works, and so you can't buy those start handsets and put them on a standard Scalextric set to make them work. So there's no light on the power pack either, like on the other starts Scalextric normal sets. There's no sort of light on it to indicate that the power is going to it, and you only need one power pack, which is quite a good thing. So they're giving you the one power pack. So we've got red car on lane 2 and the yellow car on lane 1. Red handset to the red car, the blue one to the blue car, to yellow car, but on the blue lane. So I've got 11 laps in, but I'm assuming as soon as you clip over, it'll just take off the 1 lap, so it'll be like 10 laps. Right, so let's just test these cars. So as you can see, that was on the lowest setting, and that was just a little bit of power. So obviously you're going to have to put a bit of resistance on it to make sure it doesn't constantly fly off the track like that. So I've just gone over again, 1 extra lap, and it does go completely round, so that is like on 0, it could be effectively on 50, so that's why you get 50 laps out of it, but obviously if you just keep going round and round, you just have as many laps as you want. So yeah, as far as it goes, the red car handled alright. You get, there's no crossovers, so you don't get a fair amount of inside to outside, but then again, that doesn't really matter as much if it's just for kids, but again, I think as far as they go, this set's pretty good, and the yellow car will handle the same anyway, but as the car goes over the bridge doesn't go down, which is good, because the track is so much more sort of firmer and stronger. It doesn't bend easily either, so damage to the track is really reduced, but it does feel a bit plasticky and it does feel a bit more like a toy, so that is a slight downside, but I'm not going to let that bother me really. I think as much as cars, for the track that you get, for the price you pay, you get a good decent set. You get cars that are virtually indestructible, you get track that is very, easy to maintain, hard to damage, and you get everything, and especially now it's half price at £40. You can't really afford to miss this set if you are getting start sets for your kids. And that way, the start cars on their own are £30, so the cars cost £15 each. That power pack costs that crossover costs £15 each. I'm not entirely sure how much the power pack costs on its own or anything, but you're getting, that's £45 there straight away, and you paid 40. So you're basically getting handsets for free, which probably won't be cheap to replace. And you're getting a power pack, and you're getting a start finish straight, and you're getting track, and it's just, you're getting all that technically free. So, and even if it was at full price at £80, it's still a very good value set, and I would recommend it. I'd recommend any start set based on they're all similar prices, just the cars are different, and sometimes you get a different set amount of track, so you won't be paying a lot of money. Only start set that's as the same amount of price as, say, the Fast and Furious set, which is £100, is the Grand Prix stars, where you actually get the McLaren and the Mercedes of Michael Schumacher and Jenson Button. So you're paying a bit more for licensing, you're paying for a bit more for correct colour schemes in the sense, but again, they're the same as the Start Grand Prix cars, just the Start ones are a bit cheaper, and they're a bit more personalised, they're a bit more made up fantasy liveries. So I'm just going to test the yellow car, make it fair, and we'll just go around and see how that handles as well. And again, it's all pretty basic, all pretty good, and the cars are quick, and that's all I can say really, except for they're fast. They're very responsive, so you will have to adjust the handset, which again, that's another feature that is exclusive to the Start range, which makes it one up on the standard stuff by the fact that it's damage resistant, and it's been made for the kiddie market. So that's the review. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Please check out the other set reviews as well, there's plenty of them. Hopefully with your support, if you keep clicking on my videos, watching them regularly, it will generate a bit of revenue and help me. Any revenue that I get will go straight into back into doing all sort of reviews, trying to get more products for you to watch. And personally, I don't know what I'm doing with this track yet, because this is the first start set I've ever bought. I may be selling it on. More updates will come if I do sell it on. I'll probably keep the cars though, but again, even if you just bought this set for the car and then you split it down, you will get your money's back. So I would suggest, this is a good set. It's cheap, but it's definitely, if you think about it in that respect, £20 more will get you detailed cars, real cars, but £20 more will also be probably more damage to those cars. But with these, they're sort of damage resistant, and for £20 less, it's easier to expand on, really. So there's pros and cons.